wanted to come back with part two of boundaries. I just wanted to clarify just a couple of things. One, I wanted to give some explanation on what types of boundaries there are. There can be physical boundaries, emotional boundaries, and boundaries related to time and space. And what I mean by that is when people are calling you for some time, right? Um, Let me just reiterate or iterate that I don't, I'm not against helping people. That's not what I'm saying at all. I am not against helping people. I think we all need help from time to time and direction and guidance and that sort of thing. But when it becomes overbearing and overwhelming and you're feeling drained and always running to people's rescue, that's where boundaries kind of come in place. But so back to time and space, what I mean by that is when you're busy or when you've got stuff, or even if you don't have anything, if you're just taking time for you and someone calls you and it's a person that calls you all the time, they want something when they call, um, or if you just don't have the mental capacity to take it on right now, it's okay to say, when they ask for, hey, can you help me with so and so, so and so? You can say, hey, I've got 15 minutes or I got 20 minutes. Not sure I can help you with that, but I'd be happy to talk to you, during this time period. The other thing with that, though, is you have to stick to the time frame that you give them. Don't go over. Don't give them 5 more minutes. Don't do that. You give them hey, we've got 2 more minutes left. What are the main things that you need from me so I can get back to doing what it was that I was doing? There's nothing wrong with that. People do that at work all the time, in meetings all the time. We can also do it in our personal lives. It's expected that we take control of our lives and that we let other people know what we have available to give them. The other thing is, they may ask you for a certain type of help. You may not be able to give them that type of help, right? But you might be able to give them some other type of help. And that's okay to make adjustments for what you feel like you can give someone versus what they're asking you for. The main thing with boundaries is that you have to hold the line. Whatever boundary you set, if you think about like with kids, if you tell kids every night you have to go to bed at 8 o'clock, and for 2 days you do it, right? And the kids are kicking and screaming and mad, but they go, right? And then the next night you get in late or something runs over, and it's 8:30, right? You've changed the boundary. So now kids are expecting, okay, well, 8 o'clock must not be what it is because now we're up at 8:30, or they kick and scream and cry so much that you give in and go ahead and let them stay up to 8:30. Mom, just one more movie, one more. Dad, just let me just play the game just for a little bit longer, and you let them do that. Guess what? You've moved the boundaries. So when setting boundaries in your life, you have to hold the line, especially at the beginning. You have to hold the line because you're retraining yourself and you're retraining others in how you're going to operate with them moving forward. So that's critical, and people will adjust. They will. It takes time. I know it makes you feel anxious. It makes them feel anxious. It makes them feel away, right? I feel away. I don't know. This person's funny acting, or they doing this or they doing that, and they get on the phone and they gossip and they talk, and that's okay. That stuff, it has to happen because just like your children, when you tell them no and they get upset with you, but eventually if you hold the line, they will get accustomed to it. They'll get used to it. And so you own that part of your life, right? If you want to have healthy boundaries and you want to have healthy relationships, this is what you have to do. Again, not saying don't help people, of course help people, but help people in your time and when it's convenient for you, and not that you can't make sacrifices, because you can, but it should be sacrifices you choose to make, not sacrifices other force upon you, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps, and I hope that clarifies a little bit more about just the importance of boundaries, and ways that people can kind of impose on your boundaries, and just more just about self-awareness. Just pay attention to things that bother you in your spirit when people ask you to do stuff, because I feel like if it bothers you a little bit, like when you see a person's name come across your phone, or you see them and they're going to ask you for something, and like, I feel like that's definitely a time to think about setting a boundary. So with that, I hope that this is helpful. And I hope that if there's anything, any questions that you have, feel free to ask me. If there are other topics that you'd like for me to speak on, I'd be happy to do that as well. Feel free to comment below. Look forward to talking with you all next time. Have a great day.